Welcome back, everyone, to Soul and Self Collective. I'm Scott, and
And
this
I'm
is.
Elizabeth, you guys. So happy you guys are back here with us, joining us for this week's video. So today we're going to be talking about shaman songs. Okay, so we had a question from a viewer. Thank you so much for the question. A few videos back, and we're just now getting to where we can kind of talk about it. What the question essentially was is this viewer wanted us to talk a bit about shaman songs and what that's like for me. So I want to preface that before I raised as a shaman, I never heard a shaman chant before. I actually have no idea that shamans chanted. I definitely knew that they did the shaking and the stomping and especially the jumping, but I didn't know that they chanted. Um, that was until I saw my Sifu chant. And that was the first time I've actually heard a shaman chant.
I know that was one of the things that you were most worried about when you were raising was you didn't know what your song was going to sound like, and you didn't know
Well, yeah,
what to say.
because I have no idea what it should sound like, what the incantation is, or really what it's about. And so with just that knowledge, when I went to go do my shake test with my teacher, that was really intimidating for me, especially let alone like trying to do the shaking, the chanting. I wasn't aware that I was supposed to, sing, and that was something that just really kind of not it didn't shook me, but then it was really intimidating, like I was saying.
Yeah.
And when I was at her office doing the shake test, my first time singing was just saying ah, just highs and lows of ahs. That was me singing, and that is this is a foreshadow, but then this is just how one can start to sing. It's just by opening their mouth and letting go. That that is essentially as easy and as simple as it sounds. It can be just that easy, that simple. And
Which is interesting because I believe when you were in your trance for the first time, your guides were showing you just
yeah, yeah,
open your mouth and let it happen.
yeah. And I want to let our viewers, you guys, know that I do understand that I there is a struggle in the shaman communities where some people they can't sing, and some lineage they don't sing like that. They follow a recorded chant that they follow along, and that's what they use when they go into the spirit world. And so I'm fully aware of that. So when I'm sharing, what I'm saying is that when you just open your mouth and you just let go and you sing, that is just for like the general advice. And obviously, it's not a one size fit all, but that's just one way in how a shaman can find their voice to start singing their magic. It wasn't until my teacher she raised me to my first level that I actually sing, like literally started singing. Um,
But
I
it took a while for you to actually start singing because I'd say the first couple of days when you rose, it was it wasn't as operatic as it is now.
well, what Scott's talking about, my chant, it changed over time, but I did sing when I first rose at my first level. I did sing. Um, I don't speak Hmong a lot, and that's not my first language. English is my first language, and the only reason why I know Hmong is because of my kotopoa, and that's the only way how I can speak to her is by speaking Hmong. And I've always felt bad that whenever there was like family gatherings and everyone's speaking English, and so my grandma she could never understand, and she would get frustrated that she doesn't know what everyone's talking about. And so it really encouraged me to start speaking Hmong. And so and also watching like Hmong movies and music and all that stuff. And so that really helped too. But my pa and also my yatai, but she could understand English a little bit better. But mainly my pa, she's the reason why I'm able to speak Hmong so well, I guess, or I still have like lungoa. And so when I started chanting for the first time at my first shrine, I was speaking a whole lot of Hmong and some Chinese, and I've I can't even like I have to think really hard when I speak Hmong. It doesn't just roll off the tongue like how I'm speaking English. Like I literally logically have to be like the road. Sake is going uphill. Musha shou. Like I have to literally like think about it as I'm saying it, like translating it. But when I'm chanting, it just rolls off my tongue like I'm speaking to you guys right now. So that was me fully singing when I rose. And I want to touch base that having the right teacher really helps you bridge so that you can sing. Okay. That is what I'm picking up as I'm speaking to a lot of different shamans and hearing how their experience is going. Um, I'm a little hesitant, a little shy to admit that my journey has been pretty smooth sailing so far. And I know that's not the case for a lot of shamans. Um, and so when I hear about their struggles, especially with their songs and the relationship between them and their teacher, it makes me feel really like let me just put my hat down and not say anything because I don't want them to feel bad and I don't want to I don't know it's a weird feeling to see that I'm not struggling in the common areas that a lot of people are struggling in.
Yeah.
And so but having the your right teacher to raise you and being able to let go, um, those are the key component that really helped me sing. There was no secret recipe that or tea that I drank and it helped me sing. There was no magic that made me just know how to sing. There was a whole lot of things that had to line up for me to be able to sing.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, my tunes they changed as the months went by. So they started out with me singing in a bunch of Hmong words and Chinese. The first few weeks, it was heavily Chinese mixed with like Hmong. And then as I kept singing over through the months, it started shifting to where it was more Hmong than Chinese. And
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Okay.
But as I kept going, my pitches started becoming higher and higher and higher and higher to the point where um, Scott was joking with my teacher that because so when under my teacher's lineage and because she's so far from me, she's in Minnesota, I'm in California. She zooms in, or sorry, we meet over online like a platform, and she watches me one name. And so Scott was joking with her, like, "Oh, welcome to the opera show," and then she was laughing, and I was like, "Dang, do I really sound like those people in the opera?" And then it wasn't until like I kind of really listened, like consciously listened to my chants, that I was like, "Dang, I sound like those Chinese opera ladies." And so, my song it definitely changed from like normal, I would say normal Hmong sing song type of thing to more like it's still Hmong, but very heavily like Chinese opera mixed with like the tunes, right? And it's very interesting because they have variation of pitches. Like I said in my last video, there's the really high pitch one, the one that just goes straight to 100, and then there's the one that's like more at the 80% level, and that one's more like chirpy, more bird like. A
That's the one
little
you're looking forward to get to.
that one, and the one that's more like the 50-60 range, where it's like it's comfortable where I'm talking like right now. It's not so hard on my voice box.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I start off at the 100 one, man, it's so hard on my voice box, and sometimes I have to take like big gasps of air, and I suck in my damn I suck in my tiho, like my shaman cap, and it's just like suffocating me, and so I'm like gagging and coughing, and I'm just like, so sometimes when I'm singing, I'm not looking straight like this. I'm looking down like this, and I'm singing sometimes because my shaman cap is just, it gets sucked in because of the airs that I'm intaking when I'm singing with my goal that's over here.
That's not good for your singing form.
Yeah. Well, and then I have another very amazing viewer who suggested that, hey, just a thought, like try some voice singing exercises, and I thought that's an amazing idea, like really stretching and practicing those vocal cords. So I still need to do that. I'm so busy. And so I have to research like opera type of practices and see how they really just stretch those vocal cords and practice. So that'll be interesting.
It was because I tried to remind you this morning. I was like, hey, you should do some of those singing things, the trills and the.
Yeah.
You were like, no.
Yeah. Okay. This is something very interesting. So Scott, he used did I maybe I don't know, but didn't you used to watch people learn how to sing?
I didn't watch people learn how to sing. I just watched people that can sing in very dramatic ways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the two that I know about is Dimash
Mm-hmm.
and Diana Ankudinova because they are complete opposites. One is a female that sings very low and has a
Oh,
very like enchanting, deep a voice, and then Dimash is one of the ones that he can hit every note you can think of, and
it,
high notes, whistle notes, low notes, bass notes. He just goes all over the place. So if you're interested in interesting types of music,
yeah.
they're one's from Russia and one's from Kyrgyzstan, but they sing
Mm-hmm.
in different languages. So that's very interesting to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, I remember when you showed me them, their voice is so beautiful. It's the girl, her voice is so hauntingly beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the guy, his was just wickedly cool. Like it's out of this world. I've never heard more of a beautiful singer than, like, I wish they would collab together. That would be epic as heck.
Yeah, it would. And they're both performers, so whenever you watch them, they're always telling a story while they sing. So they're running around, which is the opposite of what most people do when they're singing those notes that they're doing. So
Oh,
that was very
okay. I
interesting.
know he does story, but I didn't know she does story too. Because whenever you show me her, she's always at a stage, like at a competition almost.
Yeah, yeah. Most of her popular ones are from the singing show.
Okay, but yeah, really interesting. I hope you guys check them out and let us know what you think of those two singers.
Yeah.
And then I kind of just wanted to like give you guys some random thoughts that I had going through my journey. And I think you may even have those same thoughts as I did. But I always wonder, like, can you fake the chance? Like,
It's
can
funny
you
because
fake it?
that actually came up with when you were first raising and you asked your teacher that, where you were like, has anyone come in and tried to fake chanting
Hmm.
because they want to? And I believe she said that she can tell when someone's faking it and when someone's not, because she can look into if their guides are taking over them or not to do the
Oh,
chanting.
interesting. I I don't remember asking that, but that is really interesting.
Yeah.
But my just me experiencing it to tell you guys, no, you cannot fake the chants. And I can't recall the chants either. Like when I'm showering or just not waninging and I'm eating or whatever, I'm trying to recall like how did I sing when I waning. I can kind of hear the faint tune, but the verbiage, the words, nope. I cannot. Like
Yeah, because the only time you ever do it outside of Onang is when you are cleansing the house or walking around.
oh
Then
yeah,
you
yeah.
can do it then. I noticed that you do it then, but outside of that, you don't do it.
That is true. That's a very good point. Yeah. So sometimes when I'm cleansing my house, um, I will actually bust out into a chant as I'm spraying
It's
or
always a
cleansing.
hum though. I don't feel like do you talk?
I do talk.
You do talk?
I do sing.
Okay.
But even as I'm trying to recall, I'm like, oh yeah, I did sing, but I don't remember
Like what you
what the
were saying?
lyrics is.
Okay.
Yeah. Even the tone, like I can't even hum it for you. That's how like it's not here. I want to share this story before I let you guys go, but I had to do okay. So one morning session, I was in a pretty deep session. That's all I'm gonna share for now. I was in a pretty deep session, and I needed Scott to spray me with dragon water, deja, and he's being the Husha of the year, okay? He is doing everything I'm asking. He's like, what do you need? I got it. He's doing everything, right? and at at the end of my session, I'm just like taking a deep breath, like, oh my God, this was such a wild session. And so I'm taking off my shaman cap and I'm trying to like wiggle off my tuning so I can hand to Scott. And he was like, welcome back. You did so good. I'm like, oh, thank you. You know, you did so well. I'm looking at my shaman cap and there's this big, fat, nasty, loogie snot on it. And I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
And I'm like touching it, like, oh, it's kind of slimy. I was so confused because it's on the back of like where my cap is. It's right there. Yeah, I bet you guessed it right. It's
Yeah.
this
It was
fool.
okay.
This
My
disgusting.
side of the story.
This disgusting. That's what it is. There ain't no side of the
It
story.
was pretty gross.
Nasty.
I agree with you. But she told me to do it. I was like, okay. So I went. I sprayed it the first time. Everything's fine. And then I went to the second one and I sprayed it and it came out. And I was like, where the hell did that even come from? I don't like there was nothing in my mouth. So I don't even know where it came from. And I saw it and then it was funny because I finished and then I walked back and then I was trying to like see if I could grab it off while you were like, why are you touching my head? Or no, you were like, are you touching my head? And I was like,
Yeah.
yes. And you were like, why? And I'm like, no reason.
I
So I just
remember
like,
that. And I was
yeah,
like,
I just like, I'm just gonna go sit down. And it was there the whole time. And I just kept looking at him like, damn, I don't know how to get that off.
word of advice, you guys: clear your mouth before you
It
go
was
spray
clear. I have
deja.
no idea where it came from because I sprayed
Oh
you the first
gosh.
time.
Can you imagine the amount of horror that people are probably listening?
Was it a
And every
ceremony?
time, yeah, every time, whenever a
Ah,
shaman like spray them, I'm like, oh, can you clear your throat
I
and
know.
blow your nose before you spray deja on me, please?
Oh man.
It was nasty, you guys. But and now my spirit guides did not punish Scott. We were really, really thankful and proud of Scott for his
There's a lot going on in that
abilities to
session.
support me and my spirit guides during that session.
Yeah.
And so we
Got
all
a
gave
pass.
we all gave him a pass. We were like, this is so nasty.
Yeah.
So nasty. Please just throw it in the sink. I'll deal with it later. And even when I was washing it, I was like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And I rub over the spot and it was so slimy. Ugh, oh God, it's so disgusting. So he got a pass. Yeah,
Like, you're still freaking out.
Yeah, well, it was nasty. Yeah, my spirit guides are like, oh my god, spray it with holy water. Like, just burn it.
Let's make a new one.
No, I cannot make a new one because that is my shaman cap. I will have to carry forever.
Yes.
That's my student shaman cap.
Absolutely.
I wish that was something I knew before raising, because had I known this is the shaman cap I was gonna have forever, ever, ever, I would have made it at least a little bit bigger. So I wouldn't have the suffocation experience. And for future students, if I do have them, they won't have. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting seeing that in the way future, you guys, in the way future. But yeah, that is all for this week's video. Thank you so much for tuning into us.
Yeah, and thanks for the suggestion. I know it took us a couple videos to get to it.
Yeah.
But please, if you guys ever have any questions or want us to talk about anything, let us know in the comments. We will eventually get to it. And
yes, promise.
Yeah, we look forward to answering these questions for you guys.
All right. We'll see you in the next video.
Right, bye.
Bye.